So this got so much attention when I posted it as a reply on another post, I decided to go into detail here about it. Buckle up, folks, this shit is insane. A few years ago I matched with a guy on Tinder. To be clear, I was identified as CF on my profile and so was he on his profile. We matched and started texting, and I again made it clear that I don't mind kids, but I did not want the responsibility of any. I wanted to live my life for me. He claimed to be the same. We texted for about 2 weeks before meeting up. I'm super safe that way. And yes, I checked his social media and such. It was pretty sparse, but no red flags. Since mine was the same, I couldn't really say anything. He seemed to post about as much as I did, so all seemed on the up and up. We had a lot of the same likes. Loved music of many genres. He played the guitar and I play the piano and violin. Both liked animals and enjoyed casual hiking. Loved to read, though I've since come to realize he was definitely lying about how much he read. Honestly, he seemed great. We kept things casual for about the first month before we decided to make it official that we were dating exclusively. We saw each other probably 3 to 5 times a week for 6 months. Anything from overnights, his place and mine, to quick lunch dates when we were both busy. Things seemed to be going great. I met his friends, he met mine, and we made plans to meet each other's family over the holidays. Then comes the talk. You know, the one where you're more than casually interested and actually starting to think long-term about a partner? The one where you make sure you're on the same page about long-term life goals and ambitions? So we are having dinner and I let him know I'm on track to retire at 40 to 45, and that I want to move to Europe and travel extensively. Take up writing and art again. I'm trying to delicately get around to what his financial situation is like. If he's got hundreds of thousands in debt, I need to bail, but if he's only marginally in debt, I'm willing to invest in the relationship at this point because he seems so great. Funny, smart, kind, hot as hell, and a damn good lay. LOL, so it happens. He literally knocks me dumb as he takes my hand and looks deep into my eyes and tells me there's something he's been keeping from me. I'm thinking he's about to let me know he's so far in debt that he'll be working until he's 90. Nope. He's got kids. This motherfucker had 3 kids. And not only that, he has sole custody. I'm literally stunned speechless as I listen to him explain to me that the condo we're currently sitting in is in fact not his house, but his single brother's, who agreed to let him use it for our dates, so his parents can watch his kids at his house, since their apartment isn't kid-proofed. I remain speechless as he explains he didn't tell me earlier because he was afraid I would stop speaking to him, and that he can't bear to lose me because I'm the most amazing woman he's ever met. He tells me he wants to spend the rest of his life with me, and I'll be such an amazing mother to his kids because I'm so smart and level-headed and not a drama queen at all. This bastard then goes on to say that instead of me retiring early, I should sell my house and help him pay off his mortgage and debt, and then we can save to put all 3 of his kids through college, and once they graduate they can get good jobs and send us to Europe on vacation. I just sat there staring at this fucker as he looks at me with such an excited expression on his face. Like he already had the next few decades of our lives planned out and fully expecting me to be jumping with joy that he sprung his little brood of mini-me's on me like it is some fantastic surprise. Planned in a way that was the exact opposite of my child-free life plan I had been upfront with him about from day one. I literally didn't say anything once I came back to my senses. I just stood up, grabbed my bag, and walked out. He of course followed me and kept telling me I was overreacting and please come back so we can have an adult conversation. He tried to keep me from getting in my car and I finally faced him and told him I was 1 second away from dialing 911. He finally stepped aside and told me he'd be waiting for my phone call when I finally calmed down and was ready to be rational. Over the next 2 months I was forced to change my cell number and threatened to have a restraining order taken against him and his whole family because he, his mom, his dad, and his fucking brother all started harassing me. Blowing up my phone all hours of the day, coming by my house and my work, all of them telling me what a horrible person I must be to hate children so much that I would turn a great guy like him down. It finally stopped when I went to the police. I didn't have enough to get a restraining order, but they did send an officer to his house to tell him to leave me alone. He called one last time to leave me a message and tell me I was going to die a lonely cat lady and he was fucking done with me. And that I was lucky he'd given me the time of day because I wasn't that hot anyways. So there you go folks, the breeder horror story of all breeder horror stories. I can't reply to everyone, so here are some answers to the most common questions. 1. No, I am not super rich and did not win the lotto in order to be able to retire early. I was adopted by my grandparents who taught me the value of saving and investing early and never going into debt for anything other than a house. They stressed the power of compounding interest. At 15 I got my first job and they helped me set up my Roth IRA, REIT portfolio and drip stock portfolio. They wanted me to learn from their mistakes as they didn't start saving until their 50s. I have legit been a super saver and super investor for a little over 20 years now. 2. I'm 37. I was 34 when this happened. Though he probably only asked me out because I legit look like I'm 25. Not having kids really allows you to retain your youth. 3. I don't think he was completely living at his brother's. We hung out 3 to 5 times a week and had maybe 2 to 3 overnighters a week. So once or twice at my place and once or twice at his place. We alternated nights, so I think he only used his brother's on the nights we decided to sleep at his house, though he did keep stuff there and make it look like it was his place. What was really creepy is, I left my stuff there too. Never went back for any of it. Is it weird that despite all the fucked up shit this guy hit me with, I kept wondering what his brother might have done with my toothbrush while it was there? Lol. 4. I never actually met his parents until after that awful night. We had made plans to meet each other's family for the holidays, but our talk was a few months before Thanksgiving, so we hadn't met each other's relatives yet. The first time I met his parents was a few days after that night when they came to my fucking house to convince me to give their son another chance, and believe me, that is a whole other story. Same for how I actually met his brother. 5. I honestly don't think he was massively in debt. I just think having kids meant he was nowhere near as financially solvent as I was. Let's be honest, most people with kids are not looking to retire at 40 since kids are hella expensive. It's one of the reasons I didn't have any. He probably just had some credit card debt, his mortgage, his truck, and nothing in college savings for his kids. The same boat a vast majority of parents are in. I think he just wanted me to help him get to where I was faster than he could get there himself with 3 kids to support. 6. He was an insurance adjuster. So he did make decent money, but again, kids are hella expensive. He had to pay for childcare and all that nonsense, which probably ate up a good third of his income alone. I'm not entirely sure of how it all worked out because I refused to listen to his BS, but I think his kids were all over 5, but under 10, so required a lot as far as childcare while he was at work. 7. As for why he had sole custody, if he is to be believed, his wife died in a car accident when their youngest was 1, and that's why he was a single dad. Though he did say, if that bitch hadn't been driving drunk, I wouldn't be in this mess. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt.